Hey everybody, welcome back to the Great Commission Alliance Media channel. My name is Chris, and today we have a very special guest. My mother, Jan, is going to share with us something very encouraging from God's Word.
Hi, everyone. I have a question for you I'd like to start with. So why is it important to know who God truly is instead of who you want him to be? So I have a story to share, and it actually is when knowing God for me became a matter of life or death. So here's my story. I have always wanted to be close to our kids and grandkids, and since they live in Texas and we have lived all our lives in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, we had an opportunity to come here. We sold our house, my husband retired, and we got to move to Texas. That was in June of 2018. So we had great plans. We were going to travel. We were going to see all kinds of things, and then I started having some pains in my stomach in May of 2019, a year later. So I went to the doctors, and after a series of tests, they diagnosed me with stage 4 pancreatic cancer. I had not been sick, not been to a hospital, very healthy. So this kind of came out of the blue. And at that moment, it was shocking. But I knew I had a choice to make. And my choice was either I was going to be bitter or I was going to be better. And of course, I know what bitter looked like. And that's an easy place to go. Why did this happen? What did I do? Do bad things happen to good people? When you're a Christian, doesn't God protect you from all those things? I had served him for so many years, teaching and studying his word. Why would this happen? So those were my thoughts of bitterness, and I know that was going to lead to really death for me. And so I decided to choose better. Now, I don't know what better meant. I just said, Lord, I'm going to go better, and you got to show me what that is. And he did. So the first thing that I learned was all those years that I was studying his word and learning about him, he used that to draw me back to him. And that's what I held on to, was him, the God of the Bible. Not the one that I thought would protect me from all things, but the God of the Bible. And he just drew me into a place that I had never known him before. One of the things that I heard, it's a song by Casting Crowns, and it's a song called Oh My Soul. And this line really hit me hard. It says, there's a place where fear has to face the God you know. I was afraid, I gotta be honest with you. There was a lot of fear, a lot of thoughts. Pancreatic cancer is pretty much a 4-month thing. In about 4 months, people don't live. And so knowing that, I was fearful, but I lined that fear right up to the God I knew. And the God I knew was the God that said, I will never leave you or forsake you. I love you. I will be your comforter. I'm your daddy. Those are the things that I kept going back to. So there's a verse in 2 Corinthians, and it starts with 14. It starts with 16. And it says, it's really the verse that I cling to right now because it says everything. It says, therefore, we do not lose heart. I love that. First of all, he was saying to me, don't lose heart, Jan. Don't lose heart. And then it says, though outwardly we are wasting away, oh yeah, yet inwardly we are being renewed day by day. For our light and momentarily troubles are achieving for us an eternal glory that far outweighs them all. So we fix our eyes not on what is seen, but on what is unseen. For what is unseen is temporary, but what is unseen is eternal. And for me, I've got to be honest with you, even though I chose better and God showed me what better was, He used me in ways I could never imagine, going into cancer centers and speaking about who He was and the hope that He is. And I couldn't get in there unless I had cancer. So that was one thing that was better. But there were moments, I certainly, got to be honest with you, it became bitter and hard. I've been at this a year, and chemo is really hard on your body. And so I would look at my circumstances and I would look around, and it would take me down into that bitter place. But what I love about this verse, it says, fix your eyes on Christ. And that's what I did. I would look right to Him, go right back to Him, and He'd show me again those promises. They never fail. They're the same promises He gave me when I was studying in the light, the same promises when I was in the dark. It doesn't matter to Him, dark or light. His promises ring true. So I don't know the end of what this journey will look like, but I do know who God is. And I know He's a God of the meantime, not just at the end of my journey, but in the middle of my journey. He's been there and shown me things that I never knew about Him. I've grown deeper. My family, we've grown closer. There's so many good things. And all those trips, well, guess what? I can't go anywhere anyways with this pandemic. But the thing is, I don't want to. God changed the desires of my heart to be close just to my family and just to be around them and just to share whoever I can who God is, the God I know, the true God of the Bible. So I want to thank you for letting me share my story. There's so many parts of it that are amazing, but I hope that you have been encouraged, because one thing I know, we will all go through troubles. We'll all go through trials. They might not be a cancer trial, but I assure you, God's word even says that in this world you will have trouble. As a Christian, you will struggle, you will have sufferings, but He will never leave you or forsake you. He will be with you and show you things that you never knew. I hope that's an encouragement for you. Those that do know that God keeps studying His word, He's going to pour that in and use it for an amazing thing. And if you don't know, start now, knowing the God in the Bible, not the God that people say, not what you think He is, but who He really is. And I assure you, you will never be disappointed.
Love you, Mom.
I love you too.
Wow. Well, guys, I hope that's been encouraging to you as it is to me. And it doesn't matter how many times my mom shares what God's been doing in her life through this, but I still continue to get emotional during it too. So thank you. And I appreciate you guys joining us, and please come back again, and we look forward to continue giving you more words of encouragement from God's Word. Thank you, guys.